Jim here, Team No Fat Chicks. I got a deck profile with third place Jordan Palmer. You might have known him from the Firefist player YCS Chicago. He's here with Burning Abyss.
Alright, so 3 tour guide for very obvious reasons. Then you play 3 of each of the guys because you kind of have to. You need targets for tour guides, and it's just, they're all important. They all work very well with each other. They all synergize. I chose to play 3 Mathematician just because the card's really good. It instantly floats. You can send any of your guys to just combo off or just search tour guide at the end phase. Obviously, very good. 2 effect veilers because it's really strong in this format. And then it helps you get out your chaos monsters. 1 chaos orc, 1 BLS. And then I chose to play 1 Caius over the 2nd Chaos Sorcerer just because I wanted to have a tribute just for when I'm playing against Shadows, just to get the Exceed off the board so they can't fusion from the deck. And then that also worked really well. And then you can also use it like games 2 and 3 if your opponent goes Flying Sea, you can just tribute that for the Caius. 3 rank up Magic Astral Force. Obviously the card's really good. It lets you just, it gives you, makes all of your rank 3s rank 5s, and then it gives you access to basically anything you might need at any point in the game. 3 Supply Squad. I chose to run this card instead of Upstart Goblin because in my eyes its functionality works the same as Upstart. You're almost always going to be drawing 1 off of it, or it's sucking up something like an MST, or they're going to like use Shadow Dragon to get rid of it. So at the very least, no matter what, you're going to get value from it. And then if you open this card plus Mathematician, you plus insanely hard just because you send Graph, Special Scarm, you draw, and you search tour guide. I played Foolish Burial just because it goes with the deck, they all get their effects. And then 1 Dark Hole because the deck has a lot of trouble with established boards. I mean, I was usually siding it out against Shadows, but it's really good against decks that can quickly establish a board or like use it to clear against like Satellar Knights or something like that. 3 Phoenix Wing Windblast because it's one of the best traps in the game, and your deck can just play it for free.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you.
Oh yeah, I have every single one of these is a different rarity. I don't give a shit.
That's a champion right there.
2 Raigeki breaks. Notice 1 super, 1's common. I chose to play this over Karma Cut because this also gave me an additional main deck out to Vanity's Emptiness, which I thought was important because Karma Cut only hits monsters, and I didn't really see that being important in my eyes.
Definitely good with Vanities being so live right now.
2 breakthrough skills, just for obvious reasons. Really good against Shadows, and then it helps in other matchups. 2 Vanity's Emptiness, because obviously the card's insane right now.
Vanities.
And then 3 1-0s. Warning, Torrent, Compulse. I chose not to play Bottomless because it's not good right now. It just isn't.
Why no Monster Reincarnation?
Alright, you can go fuck yourself.
And that's why you don't play Monster Reincarnation, because you will get fucked.
I mean, it's cute when you add back BLS, but that's about it. Side deck, 3 MSTs because fuck Floodgates. 3 Maxi. I didn't want to be playing 3. I just kind of had to because I couldn't find certain cards I needed. I wanted to only be playing 2, but I know it really helped when I played Infernities, so...
How many times do you actually bring Maxi into the main board?
I only brought it in against the Infernities. That was the only time it came in.
Just 1?
Yeah, just the 1 time. But it was the most important time, just because obviously.
And that was out of 9 rounds, everybody. So yeah. Only once out of 9 times.
Yeah, I'd probably cut it. I mean, I only wanted to be playing 2, but. 2 Chain Disappearance. The 3rd Maxi was supposed to be another one of these because this card's insane in the mirror because not only can you obviously use it on their monsters, but you can summon your own tour guide, activate the effect, and then disappearance it, banishing yours. You get your guy, and then you banish all of your opponent's tour guides. So that's just insane.
That is pretty. That's something I didn't think of.
2 Malevolent Catastrophes, just because the card's really good against trap-heavy decks like Satellar Knights or something, or decks like that. And I mean, I know when I was playing Geargia, it was the card I feared the most, so I just thought it was kind of important to bring it in.
There's a door right there.
2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors for obvious reasons, because Satellar Knights are gay, and I played a bunch of Blightsworn, so this kept coming in.
Yeah, I noticed there was a lot of them there today.
It kind of conflicts with Dante, but milling is a cost, so you don't really care.
Alright, very nice.
2 Deep Dark Trap Hole. This card is not supposed to be in here. These are supposed to be Stygian. They're supposed to be Stygian Dirges. I couldn't find them. I brought them in when I played against Shadows, and I got to banish a window, but that was about it.
Yay.
And then the third vanity is Emptiness, just because I didn't want a main 3, but I definitely wanted 3 when I was playing against Alls, so that was just why I kind of went in there. Extra deck, 2 Dante, just because you only need 2. If you really have to, they can add each other back, and then obviously it's just the boss monster of the deck. 2 Alucards, because blowing up back row is very important in this game. And then, same principle as Dante, they can actually, most people forget about this effect, but it says other Ghost Trick monsters, so they can add each other back when they die. One number 47, because this card steals games out of nowhere. It's just an instant 2k on the board, and people don't see that coming with rank 3, so it's just Heartland Draco. Grenosaurus, because Grenosaurus becomes Volcasaurus, which is huge. I got to beat Boujins because I had a light mirror out. I went Tour Guide, Grenosaurus, Volcasaurus, Papus, Susanoo, and that was just kind of neat. Zen Mains, because it's Zen Mains. I mean, it doesn't really need explaining. I played Tempo. I wasn't planning on playing Tempo. I wanted to play Tri-Edge Levia. It's the 3 level 3s, and when it kills a monster, it banishes it, and then its effect is you can detach, your opponent loses 800 attack, and their effects are negated. So you make that against Shadows, and then you can use the effect in the damage step to stop the flip effect. And then it'll get banished, obviously, which is good. But Tempo came good when I played Infernities, so I could just make use of his Lavolval chains. So. Engineer, just because Engineer is really strong, it can just obviously protect anything.
And it's a fairy.
I mean, I actually don't play the Tyrus.
Well, for most people think it's a machine. It's actually the fairy, so it does go into Tyrus.
You could rank up Magic into Tyrus or Artifact Arundel if you actually wanted to. But I just kind of play it for its utility of even using it on a Chaos Sorcerer or a BLS to just make sure it'll survive another turn. It's really neat. 2 Pleiades to go with the Dantes, just because a 3 material Pleiades is kind of broke. Not what I said with that. Vampire Knight Brahm to go with your Alucards, because it's actually really good in certain matchups because you can just steal whatever they might want back from the grave. And then you can just use it after you attack, so you can still attack with everything. And he'll keep bringing himself back, and after he dies and comes back, you can just use him as fodder for Gaia Charger, which is
or the good old Vocal Pop combo.
Exactly. And then the last card is a Downer Magician. I was borrowing it from a friend, but Downer's really strong just because you use it when your Alucard runs out, or if you bring back a Dante with a Seer, you can just drop Downer on it, which is really strong.
Best deck.
All right, guys. That's Jordan Palmer's Burning Abyss, 3rd place West Allis Regional Deck Profile.
Good job, Jordan.
Woo! Now go home!